rough draft and you show it to the teacher or the instructor, and they'll go over it with you, and we'll work on making your logo the best it can be. Then you're going to work on making the comprehensive. So the instructor will probably sit down with you, make some suggestions, maybe add a drop shadow, type bigger, or whatnot. Once you get your logo done, I'm going to use the selection tool, which is the hollow arrow, and I just drew a box just around it. That way it selects everything. I'm going to go under Object and I'm going to group it. And then I'm going to hold the Shift key and then I can scale it down a little bit. Why? We're going to make a few copies of this. And it depends on which way you want it. If you have yours 11 by 8.5 or 8.5 by 11. So we need you to get the windows. Go under Windows on the top to Layers. We're going to work in Layers. So this is our first layer. It's our 4-color logo. So where it says Untitled, if you click on Untitled or double click, you can call it 4-color logo. Now I want to duplicate this layer, so I grab the icon, which is the box to the left of the words 4-color logo, and drag it over this here which says Duplicate Layer, and it will duplicate that layer. So on the one with the 4-color logo, right next to the eyeball lets you see it, you put the little lock on right here. That means the 4-color logo will not change. This one that we have, I just moved down. So it's the same exact logo, but this time I want to make it grayscale. So I'm going to double click where it says 4-color logo and call it grayscale. And with that, now I've got the 4-color logo locked. I go under Edit, Edit Colors, and I want to convert to grayscale. So I've got a 4-color, a grayscale. It has tones of black. Then I want to duplicate the grayscale again, so I just grab that icon and bring it over here next to the trash, and it makes another layer. I lock the grayscale, and then I just move this next one down. This one is going to be called black and white. So I type in black and white. Alright, so this one you're going to have to use the direct selection tool, which is the solid arrow, and click on. I've already got a drop shadow of black, so I'm just going to get rid of the gray ahead on top of it. So I'm just deleting that. Now for the logo, it's going to be, or the artwork, it's going to be a little different. So if I select the color, you're going to have to decide whether you want white, black, or white with a black stroke. So currently this color, I want white. So if I go up here on the control panel, if your control panel is missing, it's under Windows Control. This is the fill, the inside. This is the stroke, which would be an outline. I want all the fill to be white. Now, I know that there's color, this color exists more in this logo. So I'm clicked on this. Let's go back, Applesy. If I go under Select, Same Fill Color, it's going to select everything that's the same fill color, so I can make it all white at one time. I click on this one, go under Select, Same Fill Color, and I can make that all white also. So then you can start seeing where you might want to make black. So I'm going to click on this one, and I want that one to be black, so I'm just going to change it to black. If I click on this part of the ship, I'm going to select Same Fill Color, and I'm going to make that all black. So you can go through. Now on this one, and I realize it after I tried it a couple times, this color I want it to be white fill with a black outline. So I'm going to go Select, Same Fill Color, selects all of them. I'm making the fill white, and then I'm going to put a black stroke around it. Same thing I'm going to do for the circle. I want the fill white and then a black stroke around it. On that black stroke, I'm going to make it a little thicker. There we go, so you can see it. So you have to figure out what you want, what colors. If you rather just select, like I hit this, hold the Shift key and then select another color, I can make that white. And then I want the outline of the trees to be black. Oh, there you go. Gotta make sure you're clicking on the right stuff. So I go, whoop, I can just do select, same, fill color, and make that black. Now the shoes, I'm going to want white, fill with a black stroke. The trees, if I make it larger, I'm doing Apple Plus, and it makes it larger. I can select parts of the trees that I want and change it. So I want, again, the tree, I want that the fill to be white and the stroke to be black. And then these little colors here, if I go under select, same fill color, I want those all black. And then the rest of the stuff on the shoes, if I hold the shift key, I can select what I want to make black. That's what I'm doing. So all that, I'm going to want black. Now, right now it's a mixture of colors. So I have to go under Windows to Swatches and select black fill. So I've almost got everything. I'm missing a couple little things here. So I can do Apple 6 or select same fill color and it will change all the same fill color. Alright, so I've got, if you look at it, whoop, this part is not showing, so I want to add a black stroke to it. There we go. And now my logo is black and white. Now I missed doing this on the video before, so I made a new video of it. We also want to do what's called Pantone or spot color. So for the layer, which is here black and white, I'm going to drag it and duplicate it down, lock the black and white and double click, and this is going to be called spot color. And we're going to choose two colors that we want to change this to. So I'm just going to move this down. The nice thing is we already have it black and white, so it should be easy to change. So what we're going to look for is the two spot colors, and I'm looking at my color here. I like that blue. So if I go under Windows, Swatches, which I already have up, these are what's called 4-color logos or colors. Everything on here is 4-color. That means it uses cyan, magenta, yellow, and black to make any color. If you click on this hamburger on the upper right, go down to Open Swatch Library, Color Book, Pantone Solid Coated. This allows you to choose two colors that you would like to use for your logo. So I want to find something that's similar to this color. So when I'm going through, and you should be able to find something similar, there's a ton of blues. So I'm going to find something similar to the blue color I've got there. And you should find something pretty much matching exactly. Like I said, there's a ton of different blues. So this one, 7685 or 7686, looks pretty close to the blue I've got. So I'm going to scroll down. And I'm going to click on my black, the solid arrow tool. Gotta make sure I got the right one. I'm going to select same fill color, and I want it all to be 768. I think I'm going to go 87. Whoop. Make sure you're in the fill and take it 87. Now you notice the color comes in with a little dot in the lower right. That means that's the color of blue, is a spot color. So when I go over here, click on the black, select same fill color, I just click on the one with the blue dot on it. Now I did that for fill, now I got to do it for stroke. So I'm going to click on this, go under select same stroke color. Got to click where it shows black here. So now I have the black outline, and select that blue again. Okay, so I've got the blue is one of my colors. And then I wanted a green. And I like the tropical green, so I'm going to find a tropical green, and that's what I'm going to make the white. So I'm going to select. Now you can do blues, you can do greens, you can white. I'm playing around with it. but I think a green would be good, and then I can figure out what color greens I want where. So if well, actually I might do a different color blue. That might be better. So I'm going to do, let's do a fill. So you want the solid air one. And then let's check out how this blue looks. Okay, so I might do 2 color blues. Alright, it shows here, so I get 1 color blue there. I might do these as a blue. Nope, too much blue. Okay. And the nice thing is, you can also make it a tint or a shade of that blue. So once I click on the blue, if I go under color,
teachers, please do not print to the copier in the workroom right now. There's a project going on in there. We will let you know when you are able to print again. Please send nothing to the copier in the workroom at this time.
sorry about that. So I can take the colors and I can make it a shade of that color. It's still 2 colors. It'll only be the dark blue and the light blue. But I can make it a shade of that color. So depending on what I want to do, depends on what colors I make it. So you can go through and I can make the ship a different color. Say I take that blue, but I want it at 50%. Okay, and then I've got my 2 different colors. Alright, same thing, I can make the slippers a different color blue, but I don't have to make it 100%. I can make it, again, 50% or whatever. So it looks like 2 different colors. And then the trees, I can do the same thing. I want it this color blue, but I want it 50%. You can just click on it, type it in, and then you have your spot color of 2 different colors. Same thing for this. I want that to be the dark blue, but I want it to be the stroke. So you got to fill in the outline. Alright. And you can play around with this. Make it the colors you want. Play with the percentages, but it has to be 2 spot colors. Well, okay. Once you finish, you want to save it as, and then put, after your logo, you're going to put logo, and then put COMP. That's a comprehensive. That means it's the last step in the design process. The first step was the thumbnails. Second step was a rough draft, and this is the comprehensive. Once you're finished, you print it to the color cube. File, print. Choose the color cube, and then print it out. And that is how you do your final comprehensive.